President Emmanuel Macron welcomes 2,000 Ukrainian soldiers to be trained on French soil and commits further aid.
Here's a summary of the article.
French President Emmanuel Macron has changed his stance and backed a proposal to train Ukrainian soldiers in France as calls mount for Australia to deploy troops to Europe. The French government confirmed it has coached 40 Ukrainian soldiers since February, predominantly providing education on how to use French Caesar self-propelled guns. In contrast, as of June, neighbouring ally UK has trained nearly 5,000 Ukrainian early recruits under its Operation Interflex program. It signifies a big shift in France's position to train soldiers after French Defense Minister Sébastien Lecornu previously stated Mr. Macron wished to remain a balancing power. The president has approved a training plan that will allow up to 2,000 Ukrainian soldiers to be welcomed in France, Mr. Lecornu told Le Parisien. The Prime Minister responded to Ukraine's plea and confirmed the federal government was considering sending Australian troops to assist in training Ukrainian forces. It is understood the Australian soldiers would be sent to Europe to offer training for Ukrainian troops, not deployed to battle zones.
This post received a score of 27,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Worked with French troops on my first deployment. They're top-notch. Glad to see they're doing this.
I have the same experience. Very good troops, and very capable officer corps.
Good job, France.
How do I say, fuck yeah, France, in French?
France, ways-wise, not really, it's more the literal word-by-word translation.
The French do actually say that in memes.
Keywords. In memes.
Greater than the Minister for Armed Forces said there would be 3 levels of training: general combat, specific needs addressed like logistics, and then training on how to use defense material provided by Western allies. Ain't nothing useful in providing defense weaponry when they can't use it. Minding that EU is also taking care of all the war refugees from Ukraine while the whole economy is collapsing is the part that the Russian shill bots like to leave out when they flood the comments of such posts. Remember that Russia profits a lot from dividing Western countries by riling them up against each other.
No one has just been throwing equipment at Ukraine and telling them to work it out themselves. They've all trained soldiers to use it. US trained them how to use HIMARS. UK trained them to use NLAWs and Starstreak. Germany trained them to use the anti-aircraft tanks. Edit. Anti-aircraft tanks.
No one wants their weapons to look bad while in use. If they are providing, they would want trained people using it to attract future customers.
Future customers 100% support Ukraine, and think they should continue until they've reclaimed all their territory. But fuck me has the change in tone on this website when speaking about the industries profiting off of some of the worst crimes in the modern world made me uncomfortable. Seeing people use the term military-industrial complex in a neutral or positive tone as someone who's been on this website since just after the Occupy movement is wild.
Apart from NCD, where it's a running gag, I don't see anyone celebrating the military-industrial complex. People are just rightfully glad the whole developed world is helping Ukraine defend their sovereignty. And this conflict is proving how inferior corrupt autocratic governments are at waging war, which is honestly a refreshing reminder that fascism is dumb and ineffective, despite what fascists would want us to think.
Not to mention Russia has been pulling a lot of shit the past decade. Between invading Crimea, shooting planes out of the sky, poisoning their expats, American election interference, and more Ukraine fuckery, I think a lot of people are just happy to see them get their comeuppance.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.